Hello students, today we are going to start with a new poem, poem 6, that is Animals, written by Walt Whitman. It's from a collection of Song of Myself, one of the poem taken from that collection. And if you remember, we have done a number of poems about animals till now. We have done a tiger in the zoo, we have done how to tile wild animals. So different poets express their views about animals, that how even animals are better than human beings. So this is all we have read about them till now, and this poem also here it talks about animals. And let's see first about Walt Whitman, about the author. Walt Whitman, he lived from 1819 to 92. He is a major figure in early American poetry, an American poet, and in an age when all the poetry was rhymed and metrical, Whitman made a break from tradition and wrote a revolutionary new kind of poetry in free verse. Okay, so what happened actually, the poetry most of the time is written in with proper rhyme, rhythm. Okay, proper rhyme is there, rhyme scheme is there, but this his mostly poems, Walt Whitman's mostly poems, he has written in free verse where there is no rhyme in the poem. It's in free verse, and he was a non-conformist in all respects, including his social life. He broke all the traditions, the beliefs of the people, and he made his own theories, and which is reflected in his poetry. Let's read about now the poem. And this poem, poet his here tells about he feels more at home with animals than humans, whom he finds complicated and false. According to him, human beings, they are complicated, they are false, they are not to be reliable as animals are. He feels more happy in the company of animals rather than the human being. So that let's see what he feels like in when he is in company of animals. Let's see. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. I stand and look at them long and stood. So here, I think I could turn and live like animals. Here the poet is talking, wishing about that I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid. Placid here, meanings I have written side by side. It is placid is calm and peaceful, and self-contained. Self-contained means self-satisfied. Okay, so he's saying that I feel good if we go in the company of the animals, we observe the animals, we feel that they are more calm, more peaceful than human beings. They are self-contained, they are self-satisfied. When humans are here, he is trying to show the greedy nature of humans. He's saying that where humans are greedy, all the times they want all the possessions they want to keep with them, all the things they want in their life to get. Still if they get it, they are not happy, they are not satisfied, and they become more greedy. He's saying I don't feel that in animals such problem is there. I stand and look at them long and long. Now he's saying when I look at them and long when I look at them, I feel like they are more respectful than the human beings, because they are more satisfied, they are not greedy like human beings. So that's why he's saying I like them. Come to the next stanza. They don't sweat. Now he's saying they don't sweat and whine about their condition. They don't lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They don't make me sick discussing their duties to God. Not one is dissatisfied, and not one is demented with mania of owning things. Now what he says, let's see first of all the word meanings. He's saying when they don't sweat and they don't whine. Whine here refers to cry and complain about their condition. And demented here, you can see the word meaning. Demented is behaving irrationally due to anger or excitement, when you lose control over yourself and you behave irrational at that time. Mania here refers to, mania is the craze, crazy for something. Okay, so now what the poet says, he's saying they don't sweat and whine about their condition. He's saying like human beings they work hard also, They work hard, and still when they get the things in their life, they are not satisfied with any thing. So they keep on working also, and they keep on side by side, they keep on complaining about their condition, that this is happening, I'm not getting that, I'm not happy with my things, that man is having a car, I'm not having. So these sorts of complaints the people keep on doing, the human keep on doing. They don't lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Sins are something wrong if you have done in your lives. So a poet is talking about that. He's saying the human beings, what do? When they have done, they first what they do the sin, they do the wrong things, they do injustice during the daytime, and they know it is wrong, but still they keep on doing it. And when night come, what do? They repent for those sins, for those things. They feel guilty, and they are not able to sleep even properly in the dark. At nights they weep, they feel guilty a number of times. But in animals, this is not so, because they do not do any wrong to others, so they do not need to weep for anything. They don't make me sick discussing their duty to God. Human beings, they keep on discussing that I have done this, and for God even they do not they do not leave to God also. They keep on telling that I have made a temple, I have denoted this much money to the people, to the goddesses, these sort of things. But here he is saying in animals this sort of thing is not there. They don't, if they are doing for other animals anything, otherwise they are not telling about those things. If they are loving to their younger child, a mother is loving, animals do not tell, or another do not talk about that. Not one is dissatisfied, saying I don't see any animal in their life that they are dissatisfied, because satisfaction, they don't want anything in their life, so they are not even dissatisfied over anything. And not one is demented, because with mania of owning things, mania with the craze of owning things. Now he's saying because they want to own, the human beings, they want to own everything, they want everything, the car, the bungalow, the luxurious lives, everything they want in the life, and still they are not happy, they are not satisfied. And so when they do not get these things, they what do they feel? They dement over that, they behave irrationally, they speak wrong to other people, even they murder, they kill, and all sort of wrong things are done by the human for the sake of owing the things. But in human, he's saying, in animals, he's saying, I don't find any such bad quality like the men. So now next paragraph, next stanza. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable for unhappy over the whole world. So they show their relations to me, and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. Now, what he's saying? He's saying the kneels. First, we see the word meanings. Kneels is to bend on knees, to sit on knees, when we bend on the knees, and this word. And then token. Token here is symbol or qualities. Here, otherwise token is symbol, but here it is talking about the qualities. Evince word. This evince word, it means to show, to indicate something. So what is this poet is saying now? Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. So what he's saying, he do not bow in front of animals do not bow in front of any other. When human being, they are in habit of buttering, fluttering, and doing things, and kneeling down to powerful one, who is most powerful one. So this quality, this is not this bad habit, he's saying, is according to him it's a bad habit, and it's not in animals. They do not so. Even human beings, so, they bow down, they kneel down towards that person, towards that power or king who were born 1,000 years ago. They kneel down them to in front of them also, even in front of their statues also. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole world. He's saying, I haven't seen any human being, any man, any women, anyone who is happy over their situations. Not even a single man is happy over the satisfied over the earth. But here he's saying animals, this is something different with animals. They are never unhappy, and on the whole earth, they not one is respectable. They don't want any sort of respect, they don't want any sort of reputation, they don't want anything, so they are not unhappy for anything. so they live a contented life. So they show their relation to me and I accept them. And even animals, when they show their relation, they love me unconditionally without any asking, demanding for anything. And when they love me, so I also accept their love, I also do the same. Naturally, when you may be saving, we may have seen a number of time, we have pets at our home. And when a dog is kept at home, when a cat is kept at home, so what they, how they, when we love them, they show their affection to us. They don't want any sort of luxury or anything, they only want our attraction, and they want only to be just their our love. So in return, they love us, they respect, love us all the times, they want to be in our company, and they care for us, they guard us, they protect us. So this they do unconditionally without asking for anything. So this quality is saying is in only animals, not in human. They bring me tokens of myself, and they evince, they bring me token of myself. He's saying these quality, I feel like that these were qualities of me a number of times, maybe many years ago, when the humanity was there or our ancestors were there. So they loved each other, they respected each other in no difference of color, caste, creed, maybe the such sort of things were not there. So we had these qualities in earlier days, but now these have gone, now these are taken, as I poet is saying, I am feeling that these token, these symbols, these qualities are now taken by animals, and they evince them plainly in their possession, evince them, they show. He's saying when we see the dogs, when we see other animals, any animal, he's saying they show this quality in their possession. Now it seems like this is the quality or in animals only left, that innocence. What qualities he's talking about? He is talking about the innocence. Okay, innocence he's talking about, and he's talking about not a greedy nature, he's talking about something which is good for all, but which is not in human now. Now next, last, this is last two lines now. I wonder where they get these those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago, or negligently drop them? Negligently here is carelessly. Now he's saying, I don't know from where these qualities, human have got these qualities of innocency. He's saying from there they have got those tokens, qualities, from where they have taken these qualities which were mine, which was mine maybe of the human, that they are innocent, they are caring, they are loving. Okay, so these qualities, caring, are they are loving also, they are innocence also. These qualities were the qualities of human, but now these qualities are found in animals. He's saying maybe from where they have taken. Now poet is thinking over the situation. He said, did I pass that huge times ago, a number of a long days ago, time ago, when human had such qualities? Did we people left negligently, we dropped them, carelessly we dropped them, we left those qualities, we and these qualities were adopted by these animals. So he's saying, I am not able to understand that why we humans are like that. Animals still possess the qualities of goodness in them, loving, caring nature in them, but in human these things is going on. They keep on, and they keep on asking for the demand, they keep on demanding a number of things from others, they keep on, they want a lot of things in their life, still they are not, those who have got, they are not satisfied with their things. So this is what the humans are doing, and how the animals are different than those human beings who are greedy, who are not respectful to each other, who in just in because they want to get enough of money, enough of possession, so they kill, they murder each other. So these sort of things, are crime is increasing in the country, in the world. But in animals world there is no such problem, they don't want any possession, they are happy with their condition, whatever condition, wherever they remain, they don't have any problem with that. So this is poem poet is talking about. Now we talk about, this is poem. Okay, now we talk about the poetic devices used in the poem. Two important poetic devices are used. First we talk about the rhyme scheme. If you observe the end of the words, is there any rhyme scheme? No, there is no rhyme scheme. Why? The reason is there because this poet is Walt Whitman, he is a writer of free verse. free verse without any rhyme. He has written the poem that is called free verse. So most of the poetry is written in free verse. Now another important poetic device used here is anaphora. Anaphora, if you remember, we discussed anaphora. What was that? When two or three consecutive lines are starting from the same words. Okay, they do not, they do not, they do not. Three consecutive lines, if you can see, they are starting from the same words. So this is called anaphora. Okay, so this is one poetic device used here, and another poetic device used here is alliteration. I told you what is alliteration. Alliteration is repetition of sound, repetition of consonant sound. Alliteration. Okay, what is that? Let's see example of alliteration. I have underlined not, nor. If you can see and sound here also, so no sound is repeated here. Okay, so this is called alliteration. Another example, they, their, the. Another, them, their. Again the and the is repeated, that is called alliteration. So these are the two poetic devices being used in the poem. Okay, I hope you understood the poem. Write the summary of this poem and do the question answers in your fair note. Okay, thank you.